Greetings, kindred spirit, and for those who are new, I welcome you to. If you like this video and you can relate to this video, or you find the information in this video valuable, please go ahead and thumbs up the video or like the video. Subscribe if you want to continue to receive relatable content like this. And I welcome you to share the video. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so I have started a new format of filming my videos and explaining the content, and I am still going to do that. But of course, there might be some days like this where I just come to you as I am. I mean, I'm always coming to you as I am, but today I'm just sharing with you because someone such as myself, willing to give feedback or present in a strategic way and relating to people, doing research and all of this. Some people, and especially, someone like myself, I love to teach. Um, I just want you to know that we have our days. We go through things, we experience things. And I know what I want to share with you may not be exactly what is considered the norm going through things or something dysfunctional or whatever the case may be that a lot of people go through. And mine isn't necessarily too bad. It's not bad. Excuse me. It's not bad at all. It's basically how you perceive it. And I'm not perceiving it as anything bad. I'm just perceiving it as evolving and growing and realizing. And sometimes there may come with evolution and growth some growing pains or some discomforts or just some stuff that makes you look like you or that might scare you, that makes you afraid, that brings on emotions of fear, you know, what have you. So I want to be able to come here and just share uh, this experience or these experiences with you and explain it based on what I'm perceiving, what is processing. And even though you hear my story, you hear my story, my information, maybe you can relate to it, you've been through it, and you can explain. But let me also explain something too, okay? Something that I learned recently. I just crept into my 50s. And of course, my birthday is coming up. It's creeping around the corner. I'll be 51. Okay. So I learned, and I had to ask someone who's older than me if they've been through something and they've experienced some similar experiences. And she just basically explained, and someone else, I got the what's the word? I got feedback from two people older than myself who I can relate to. I got some feedback from them. And basically what they told me, it was going through hormonal changes. And I may speak on that. I think I want to speak on that based on what I'm going through now. Now, mind you, there are some differences. Of course, even though I can relate to them, there are some differences about us. And I can't say what they do on a daily basis in their life. I can just only speak from what I am going through. One of the ladies explained to me that with these hormonal changes is based around also coming more into your spirituality. So it lets me know at a certain age, if you're aware, if you're doing, I don't know, I don't want to say what you're doing because I'm not even up in age to even speak on, I can only base it on my experiences. Because, I'm the type of person, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. And maybe someone can utilize this information on down the line when they climb the ladder of maturity or age maturity. Okay, because I don't consider myself getting old. Because if you want to know what old look like, then you look at them, those people that call themselves old. Okay, when I refer to aging, I like to say age maturity, maturing further along in age. You know, and a lot of people say, "Oh, she's just dressing it up," but not everybody feel old. Some people feel like they're getting better. Mind wise, body wise, especially if you're taking care of yourself. Okay. So let me kind of like clear those misconceptions up because one person's perception of getting old is not another person's perception. And it may not even be that they are getting old because sometimes when you get old, you don't take care of yourself. Like if you have a vehicle sitting out in the yard and it's just sitting and sitting and sitting and ain't been taken care of, it's getting old. Yeah, that's getting old. Don't let me bring the big news out. Okay. So sometimes when I bring up a serious topic, it's just me. I think sometimes things sound crazy. It's gonna make me laugh. It's gonna make me think some kind of way and express it some kind of way. Well, you might think I'm joking, but how I'm just giving the lighter side. Just giving the lighter side. All right. So let me get back to it. So some of the things I started to experience and I would experience more of, especially coming around the time of my monthly cycle. I noticed some changes. Now, a couple of the people that I spoke with, they don't experience cycles based on some medical conditions that they've had earlier on in life where they had to have some things done. So they may not have a cycle. Okay. So it's not to say it's bad, it's not to say it's good, it's just to say it is what it is. Because I know a lot of us women don't want to experience a cycle. So they were like, oh, that's good. Some of us may feel like we should still be having cycles and may think to not have it is bad or whatever. That's why I say you can't put on others what you're going through. You can't say because you've never experienced it, you can't say what someone else is supposed to be experiencing or how somebody is supposed to be thinking, um, based on your life and how you grew up and what society said. Excuse me, because society now is being exposed. It is November 24th, 2002. This is a Thursday at 12:03 p.m. And I know some of you are like, you know, I'm not out celebrating the death of our people, the slaughtering of our people. Okay, but that's another story. And now you know why I'm not out doing it. Because I don't find that pleasant or something to celebrate. I don't. I don't get into all this. When I realized, which was years ago back in my 20s, I put it to a halt. That if someone invites me to go eat, I go eat. I'm not celebrating it. I don't put pictures up of pilgrims and turkeys. I'm not putting up no Christ mass tree. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. So anyway, let me get into it. You know, you do what you want to do. I'm just saying what I do. Do what you want to do. Okay? So this is just another day to me. You know? And what I teach my children, yeah, I taught my children. And they may not be into celebrating it either. But they have that same mindset. If somebody invite them over to eat some food, they're gonna eat. They're gonna come over and eat. They may not say they're coming over to help you celebrate Thanksgiving or the slaughtering of people they just thinking about. They didn't feel like cooking that day. Somebody is offering them some food. So they're gonna go home and eat. But then again, I don't know what's in my children's mind. You know, I really don't know. You know, so you know they're their own people, and the way I raise them is to have a mind of their own, the freedom to speak, even though while raising them, you know, I kept having flashbacks of my past, my childhood, and yeah, but it took some time to come out of that, and I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I'm changing, and all of that, all of that. And I just want to say, I feel like I can't say since becoming 50, I can't say that because in and out throughout the duration of my life, I've had some spiritual awakening. I've had some phenomenal and paranormal experiences. Um, and it seems like, you know, even though I grew up watching scary movies, it did play with my psyche. And I've said before in some past videos that a lot of this stuff is to put us in fear for if our ancestors needed to get a message across to us because we've been programmed to fear the unknown and other dimensions or beings that are trying to communicate to us, we would not be able to get any of those messages due to fear. So I don't want to jump too far away from what I really want to talk about, even though it may bring me back to this subject of programming. And yeah, a lot of things is based on programming. Now, with me, most of my life, I think since I was 17, I was brought into information that allowed me to learn more about my culture and other culture, opened my eye to not only um, cultures and life outside of me, but it also helped me to understand me scientifically, biologically, chemistry, what's the other, physics and mechanics of the mind, body, soul, and spirit. So I have experienced some things, and I still experience some things, and a lot of them is it I have to acknowledge that I am realizing I have to even pay attention to the things that I put inside of my body. Okay, and I know people want to stress how important it is not to uh, not to eat animals or such and such. You know what I'm talking about? And I can't say what they did before I was born, because maybe once I was born, I don't remember what took place years before. I don't remember a lot of my life that I've lived before me. There are some, or maybe one or two, that I feel were very important to me that I can actually say I have some memory of. Maybe, but I'm not here to talk about that. But it does tie into what I experience now in my life, whether it be mental, whether it be spiritual or physical and emotional, because those things get recorded. And whether you believe in the afterlife or not is your business. But from my experiences, I don't believe in the afterlife. I know of the afterlife. And yeah, I know because of what I've experienced outside of this body here a couple of times or more. And, just things are just kind of queuing up. So as I enter this portion of my life, going through certain changes, and it may not even be just the fact that I'm coming into my 50s, because our life cycles are based around 7, the number 7. I just kind of like something that went click, 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 because my birthday is on the 7th. So, yeah. So every 7 years, you experience a change, whether you admit to it or not. But even if you may not feel anything physically, but you might feel something mentally, emotionally, and it might affect you physically if you don't accept that you experience something spiritual. That's why I didn't mention you experience something spiritual, because some of you may not decode it as that, depending on what you believe in.
Hi, I'm AnitaYarbrough. Can we talk? I see you're having challenges finding your life purpose. OMGs. These challenges are signs, symptoms, and synchronicities that are about releasing self-limiting beliefs as you spiritually awaken and heal. I can relate too, because I went through it. So, what I did, I took ownership to self-heal my life. It wasn't serious enough for a doctor. It wasn't mental enough for psychiatric help. It was more real than hallucinations. I almost thought my life was over. After many years, I didn't even realize I had been suffering with limiting beliefs that caused me to self-sabotage opportunities as I journeyed close to my life purpose and mission. I had no one to turn to for guidance at the time I started experiencing spiritual awakenings, and as I needed to realize how to heal outmoded traditions. These experiences came with spiritual depression, excessive dreaming, feelings of insomnia, being out of touch with my reality, etc. I lost job security, friends, and some of my family turned away from me. I then started doing my own research. That's right, I was seeking hard to understand why all of this was happening, and intuitively, I knew I needed healing. So, after all the hard work and research, I came across some methods I tested on myself to gain control and ownership of my life. Well, with a few simple steps, I blew my own mind. You hear me? It took almost 3 months before I started to see some results. I also used my gifts of dream analysis, invested some meditation time, and some divination tools which acted as a guide spiritually to decode patterns and messages from my subconscious thoughts to gain some clarity. I also studied and learned to use the science of psychology, NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Program, where these simple questioning principles help me understand how limitless I am. And with this process, I began transforming and seeing results of my authentic self. Since we all are a reflection of one another, I realized that what's true for me may also be true for you. I mean, if I can self-heal, so can you. The previous methods used is a part of my limitless methodology, which I am most grateful to guide you through. The research is already done for you that I've compressed into a system of techniques and models which you will use as guidance to transform your life. Also, keep in mind, when it comes to fully healing, it can be a lifelong journey, as I am still on that path. But I am willing to utilize my time with your patients to help you get the same, if not better, results with this program using services I offer as a holistic healing life coach and counselor. All right, now, before we jump into it, you must understand a consultation will determine if we are a good match before moving forward with your transformation process. If you're ready to align your visions and take ownership for your healing process, then I am ready to be your coach and or counselor. You may contact me at any of my social media platforms, which you will see to the left at LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or just send me an email. Again, I am AnitaYarbrough, your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I welcome you with open arms and hopes that you embrace a new way of healing, starting in a new era. I hope the best for you and enjoy the rest of your day.
So I mean, like I said, I've always had certain feelings of feeling due to experiencing paranormal things or things that were phenomenal or what you might call magical. I may call it phenomenal or supernatural. But even if I explain to you some of the things I've experienced, and if you've never experienced anything or never really paid any attention to it, because based on your beliefs, you were probably you probably blew it off as nothing based on what your pastor, imam, mentor, or whoever may have told you once you expressed something that you felt and you believed it. That's why, I'm so grateful that I am who I am, because yeah, at one point in my life, I was like that. I blew stuff off because no one could explain it. Like, because some of you, as soon as you're born, you're brought up a certain way and to believe certain things based on what you're taught. But then you're able to get to an age in life where other people had these experiences and they're able to explain to you what these experiences are. I'm just sitting here scratching my head, and it's just, I'm sorry, but I just get these little tingles up here, and because I just washed my hair Sunday, and I feel like pausing this recording so I can just scratch it up real good and not waste y'all time sitting here scratching my head in front of you guys. But that's just me being me. But I just can't help but to just be me. And I don't want to say normal, because what is normal? Normal to you may not be normal to me. I might be like, okay, like what is going on here? So this is why I'm sharing with you. So what I do in my life or daily, I get into meditation daily. There might be some days I may have to skip, and I haven't always been a daily meditator, because as I started to learn, it started off slow. I wasn't doing it every day, and I probably wasn't doing it every month. At one point, I had even stopped saying prayers based on how I grew up and what I was taught. And I had to, let certain awareness digest within me and find my own alignment or align with myself to create my own daily routines for me that my soul agreed with for me. So notice I'm saying, if you hear me, and even when people come to me and ask me my opinions, my thoughts, my views, I'm basing it on my experiences with me. And sometimes I base it on from what I've seen others do. But I cannot express and explain how it's going to make you feel as a person. So let's keep that in mind. That's why I say my teachings are based on not making you think like me, just giving you some ideas and experiences and putting information out there that would just help you think for you, putting you back in charge of you, me. And I feel it's so important. I feel that it's so important. And if you can relate to another, then you can relate. This is why I said, I did ask people that I could relate to, or that I think I can relate to give me some input, some feedback.
because that was, I mean, I was really going through it. I know when I've given birth and when I was nursing my children, and at the moment of nursing, I could feel like a chemical release. And that's the only way I could have explained it. It felt like something draining, and it drained down into my veins and into my heart space that made me feel like, woo, I had to take the baby off the teeth. I mean, off the whatever, off the breast, just so that that child wouldn't receive or take in what I was feeling. And when it finally went down, it came out through my milk, because when I took the child off, I had to wait a few minutes, and I could see the milk just squirt out. And once I felt better again, after that feeling was over, the baby was still hungry. I put the baby back on the breast. But now it's like, and I think it started when I was nursing, because there was even a time in my life where I never understood jealousy. Now I've experienced it. I've experienced it in a way where I compared myself to another person and wanted to be them, wanted to be like them, if not them. But that's no way in all eternity right now that I could be them. Okay. But it was also based on programming. And I think also too, my mindset didn't start to develop that way until I had feelings for someone else and then wanted. But like I said, I don't know, it wasn't even with the first child. It wasn't with the second. I think it started to come with with my third child. But as I was growing with each day, week, month, years, I had to reflect and examine myself. I always do that. I make it a habit to do some reflection, some understanding, thinking, processing, observing, like really taking in, and researching. I've always been about that research, trying to find out more about me. And coming to truly understand what I'm attracting into my life. So now I'm about to be 51. And a part of me want to capture that child like mine when I was just a child. And let me help you understand when I say capture. Not recapture those moments, but to capture those moments, to tap into that. And when I say recapture, I'm not trying to go back and be a child, but to enjoy my life now as youthful, full of youth, stamina, being able to play and enjoy life. I'm really fully beginning to truly grasp, tapping into that child within. Because over the time of reflecting and doing some introspection, processing things in my life, the child in me that didn't understand or understand as she grew or as I grew as a child, there were certain things within me that remained naive and couldn't understand.
But it made me feel like, or realize, that a lot of the questions that I had and stuff that I was researching and reflecting on was based on questions that the child within me needed to understand, to be able to evolve. And I feel like I have tapped into that. It is very important for me to do that, to not be afraid to allow myself and deny myself my youth. You get me? It's not that I am trying to go back in time and be a child, but to realize, even as adults, even if you express it or not, that you want to enjoy life as if you were a child. And who says that you can't? Society? This is why I said you're not obligated to society. You're not obligated to friends and family. If they can't accept you for who you are and what you're becoming or what you want to be and who you feel you should be and need to be, which is truly who you are, because for real, I don't want to say we never grow up, but let's say you should never deny yourself of your youth, to feel youthful, to be young. This is why I say you only get old when you don't take care of yourself and act on your intuition and feel and enjoy who you are and be who you are. I decided that I will take that journey or path where I wanted to take care of myself. So when my children are grown, I can just go and play and do me and be me and enjoy my life. But I want to make sure that, the joints and everything has all the right oils and stuff and is lubricated very well, you know what I'm saying? And of course, I have to be careful, because as we do get older, because of what we're taking in, because of based on what these people out here in the society is allowing us, and the fact that, a lot of us just does not have the finances, to go out and build a garden and live off the land. And then even if we try to live off the land, that you have some enemies who just trying to do things with the atmosphere that you, in the air that you breathe, and take away those opportunities for you to grow and evolve in a healthful manner. And sometimes, and because you may not know, because of the programming, you're going to grocery stores and buying things just because, it looks delicious, it tastes delicious, it smells delicious. So you're going to eat it, not realizing that it could be detrimental to your health. But of course, so these are the things that I deal with, that I deal with mentally, I process. All at the same time, I want to enjoy my life without the hustles and bustles and worries and anxieties, because I do deal with that. Even though, and it's because of a programming that still has to get released, that it may take a lifelong journey, and it may not. I'm not putting that out there for me. I really want to get past these programmings and influences that don't belong to me. But sometimes we do what I do, put myself in the line of fire when I utilize their tools, where everything in the world is just like everything, you're being programmed no matter where you turn. So I do try to create an environment when I'm indoors in my own home, but yet I still utilize tools such as this, the internet, that, I do see things. And so, yeah, meditating is something that I do. I pray, and I try to base my prayers based on who I am and who I see I am from within, and not praying to something or someone outside of myself, or know that who I am asking to assist me with what I'm asking for, I have a knowing that I am connecting with those beings who are connected with me genetically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, that I can relate to, that can relate to me, that can assist me on my journey. And it's based on what I know from within, not based on what you believe and what you think I am. Because I don't give a dang what you think about me. I don't. I don't. But to a certain degree, I do. And that degree is, it's just certain things about me I just keep to myself, that I feel like y'all don't need to know. Like, what's it to you to know, unless you're trying to work something on me, unless you want to put something on me to stop my progress. So I've been experiencing, okay, so of course I just share with you, yeah, so yeah, how I pray. And other things that I do, I work out, I'm into the yoga, I'm into, because yoga is nothing but stretching, keeping the limbs well lubricated, you know what I'm talking about? And just keeping my body toned so I can stay active, and, and making sure I put in the right fuel, is that how you say fuel? Putting the right fuel in this avatar, keeping it in shape, keeping it shined up and stuff. Like I said, putting the right fuel in it so I can keep it moving. Mm-hmm. So I can do them things. Because Anita got some grandbabies that want me to keep up with them. And not all the time I can keep up with them. I'm like, hold on. I need this part of the music, the chorus can play, can sing. This right here, as the lead singer, I gotta rest, take some deep breaths, and rest. I let the grandbabies know, like, okay, time for me to pause. I can't do everything you do. Okay. Them days of continuously. And it's not to say, maybe there are some days I can. I can probably outplay them. But then there are just some days where my body is like, okay, Dita, why you ask them babies to come over when you know you wanted this day to be to yourself? And usually that part of me, when I have the grandbabies to come over and they wear me out, is because emotionally I'm caught up and missing them, and I want to come over just to look at them, just to give some hugs and kisses. And then really, after I'm done giving them some hugs and kisses, all right, I want their mama to come pick them up. Have y'all had that? Oh, I'm not talking to y'all who don't have any grandbabies, but I'm pretty sure some of y'all who have babies, y'all want the dad or the mama to come and get them, or the grandma to come and get them, you know what I'm talking about? So, or the auntie or the uncles. Y'all be wanting that break. I get it.
Because even when I was raising my children, I wanted to break too. And so, yeah. So some other things that have been experiencing, like I said, a couple of people in my life, family member and a close, I don't want to call this person a friend. They were like a brother, because sometimes with siblings, you don't reach out to your siblings as often as you would like or want to. Sometimes you forget because you think they're going to live as long as you or longer than you. And they both, once they crossed over, they've been in contact. One of them, the brother is close to me. I felt it. I haven't seen them in my dream, but I have felt their presence, and there have been some confirmations. I've had some experiences. It's so interesting. One day in the shower, there was an experience I had. That was a time one day on the internet that lets me know. Well, a couple of times on the internet that let me know. Like, is this real? Because you learn different ways from the other realms that they can communicate with you. And I am processing certain things I've been going through. There have been, and I spoke with my youngest daughter about this, about feeling not so detached from this world, but feeling like this world, really feeling it with all of my being, my soul, my mind, that this life isn't real. It makes me wonder, am I dreaming this? Is this the real dream? Actually, I almost feel as if I am tapping more into my spiritual being, letting me know that I am separate from this body, that I am not my body, not this avatar, not this. This is just loaned to me to utilize in this dimension to get the experiences that I need to learn and grow and evolve as a spiritual being. Really, truly understanding and getting a clarity about my mission here in this realm. Now, not too many people think that deeply about their life, but with the changes that's going on in this world, for those who are still operating on programming and not really realizing, paying attention to what's going on, and even if you getting a little glimpse and feeling of it and trying to ignore it, it will probably be a little traumatic or triggering to you when you come to the reality that you thought people that talked about this like me around you were crazy. It needed to be in somebody's institution or was losing it. And now you see, you might be the one who's losing it. Whereas we were really trying to live out our life in our own reality, but recall things. And some of us kept quiet about who we are because of the people around us being so judgmental based on their life or the life that's trending for them at that moment. When you really wake up and realize that you are a part of the collective, It's just that maybe it was something that you chose to not realize until the very end. And that end being a beginning of your awakening to who you truly are. So I know I've made videos for quite some time now, and people who know me personally have talked like this and have thought me to be crazy or weird or just, thought I had a problem. Really thought I was off. So now you're beginning to see. And I speak on, and I have spoken on, if you really don't get it. If you really don't get this video, I always ask me questions so I can explain thoroughly, because I may be answering my own questions when I just come and sit here and just be myself with you guys. But there might be some things you still don't understand in what I am trying to relate. Or maybe you think I can relate to some other things that you may be experiencing. Or maybe you want to hear some of my stories that I've encountered dealing with the supernatural forces of nature and paranormal experiences. And I only call it paranormal experiences because, I guess that's how you explain other dimensions trying to tap into you and reach you and get your attention. Okay, because I don't go out my way to tap into them. And who knows, through meditation and prayer, I may be doing it unconsciously, seeking guidance always. I'm always seeking guidance, and I know to seek guidance from within, because this avatar and just who I am spiritually, mentally, emotionally, is created in such a way that is fascinating that you don't really have to go outside of yourself to seek guidance. But in the beginning, sometimes you attract who you are, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, all that's going on within you that you can't explain. You attract those situations. And when you attract those situations, you sit back and reflect and think, why did this happen? What is the message that's coming to me? Why I constantly see number patterns like this? What are these dreams trying to tell me? Because I'm having them every day and they get more and more intense. Or have you even ever thought about that certain beings can come through into your family bloodline and be that one to assist you with information about who we are, who you are, or why I am and who you, I just said who you are, didn't I? But sometimes when you've been programmed and conditioned a certain way, sometimes someone comes along to help you break those conditionings so that you can grasp your true self and who you truly are, your authentic self. This is why my mission to focus on authentication or self-authentication, lifestyle, communication, and community. I know I listen to brothers and certain sisters teach on things happening in this world, and they're giving receipts about it. And to really help us to grasp those things that's happening outside of ourselves, I like to focus on what's happening within for those things happening outside.
Because once you understand self, you can understand what's happening around you. You have to be in tune with nature, the supernatural forces of nature, and the supernatural forces from within. All right, this is where I end so that we can begin. Just remember, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. I hope you enjoy this day and many other days to come. Until next time we meet here in this world, this platform, stay informed. If not me, stay informed from within you. Peace, stay blessed. And I hope we're able to meet here again next time. Same place, same station, same Anita channel. And if not my channel, I just hope you're still growing and evolving. All right. Peace. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self-authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity. Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life-building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas to make changes, and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind-enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice, to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space, understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community, create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire, and design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.